All right, Bills fans, we've got a huge matchup on the horizon as the Buffalo Bills prepare to face off against the Kansas City Chiefs this Sunday. Buffalo is stepping onto the field as home underdogs, but this team has shown time and time again that they thrive under pressure. The Bills have faced a challenging stretch, taking losses only to top-tier teams like the Chargers, Eagles, and Jaguars, while securing impressive victories against squads such as the Giants, Ravens, Lions, Raiders, and Commanders. There's a lot riding on this game, and the Bills are looking to prove themselves against a Chiefs team that is firing on all cylinders under the guidance of Andy Reid. Reid, at 67 years old, brings an unmatched wealth of experience, marking his 13th season leading the Chiefs and 27th overall as an NFL head coach. With a career record that includes 148 wins and 56 losses with Kansas City, combined with his 130 wins, 93 losses, and 1 tie with Philadelphia, Reid has an overall coaching record of 278 wins, 149 losses, and 1 tie. His experience and strategic mind make him a formidable figure on the sidelines, and this game will be another chapter in his storied career. The quarterback under Reid's direction is none other than Patrick Mahomes, a player who continues to redefine what it means to lead an offense in today's NFL. At 30 years old, standing 6'2" and weighing 225 pounds, Mahomes has already established himself as a dynamic force. Drafted 10th overall in the first round in 2017 from Texas Tech, he has started 120 career games, compiling a staggering 94 wins and 26 losses in those appearances. His performance so far in the 2025 season has been exceptional, completing 67% of his passes for an average of 262 passing yards per game, with 17 touchdowns and only 4 interceptions, achieving a passer rating of 103.1. Digging into his advanced metrics, Mahomes is currently producing a plus .26 expected points added per dropback, ranking 4th in the NFL, and although his deep ball percentage sits at 11%, placing him mid-pack, he has still managed 10 completions on 30 deep attempts for 367 yards and 1 touchdown. His offensive scheme emphasizes yards after catch, which account for 55% of his passing production, ranking 7th highest in the league. This focus on quick game and screens keeps defenses on their heels, as Mahomes consistently throws to his first read 72% of the time, the 2nd highest in the NFL, and releases the ball in an average of 2.47 seconds per dropback, the 4th fastest in the league. While his catchable pass percentage is 75%, ranking 20th, and his turnover-worthy throw rate is 2.8%, placing him 14th, it is his ability to extend plays that sets him apart. Mahomes leads the league in scramble yards, first down scrambles, and rushing touchdowns this season, with projections pointing towards 74 scrambles, surpassing his previous career high of 64. This evolution adds another layer to the Chiefs' already complex offense, demanding exceptional performance from the Bills' defensive unit. The Chiefs' offensive coordinator, Matt Nagy, has returned to Kansas City after a stint as Chicago's head coach, but it is Reid who ultimately calls the plays. Kansas City's offense is averaging 27 points per game, ranking 7th in the league, with a balanced approach of 57% passing and 43% rushing. They lead the NFL in pass rate over expectation, emphasizing their aggressive passing attack, and their efficiency extends to both rushing and third down conversions, with a 44% success rate on third downs and 71% efficiency in the red zone. Their points per drive and time of possession lead the league, while their low turnover rate, just 4 turnovers, 2 of which were tipped passes off Travis Kelce, demonstrates precision and ball security. The Chiefs' offensive personnel is loaded with talent. Rashid Rice has returned to a lineup that also features the speed of Marquise Brown, Xavier Worthy, and Taquan Thornton, complemented by the big-bodied Juju Smith-Schuster and tight ends Travis Kelce and Noah Gray, giving Mahomes a variety of weapons to exploit defensive weaknesses. At running back, Isaiah Pacheco's absence due to injury shifts the focus to Kareem Hunt, who provides a physical, reliable option, with Brashard Smith adding explosiveness and Elijah Mitchell potentially seeing his first touches this season. Mahomes spreads the ball across multiple targets, ensuring defenders cannot focus on a single player, with 9 players having more than 17 targets each this season, creating challenges for any defensive scheme. Kansas City's offensive line, anchored by Creed Humphrey at center and featuring Jalen Moore at left tackle in place of the injured Josh Simmons, Kingsley Swamiesha at left guard, Trey Smith at right guard, and Jawan Taylor at right tackle, provides both stability and challenges for pass rushers. While some positions remain fluid, the line has allowed Mahomes to operate effectively, further complicating the Bills' defensive strategies. The key for Buffalo will be winning the pass rush, as Mahomes' completion percentage drops significantly under pressure, from 74% when clean to 47% when pressured. The Bills' edge rushers, including Boza, Hoy, Epinesa, and Russo, will need to capitalize on these matchups to disrupt Mahomes' rhythm. Coverage discipline is equally critical, whether in zone or man, as Mahomes' ability to manipulate defenders and target open receivers consistently challenges defensive backs. Employing mixed looks, simulated pressures, and strategic placement of defenders will be necessary to limit Mahomes' effectiveness, along with prioritizing pursuit and population of the ball to mitigate yards after catching big plays, particularly given the Chiefs' depth and speed at wide receiver. Defensively, Kansas City is no slouch either, guided by Steve Spagnuolo, whose long career as a coordinator and head coach has produced some of the most formidable defenses in recent NFL history. The Chiefs are giving up just 16 points per game, ranking second in the league, with strong metrics in EPA, per play, and per pass, though slightly less effective against the run. This balance on both sides of the ball makes them a tough matchup, but the Bills' offense will also have opportunities to exploit mismatches and leverage their own strengths. Every detail, from offensive personnel to coverage schemes, will factor into the outcome, setting the stage for an electrifying clash that could define the trajectory of Buffalo's season. The narrative here is clear. The Bills have the talent, the schemes, and the strategic awareness to challenge a Chiefs team that has been performing at an elite level in 2025. Every snap, every decision, and every adjustment matters as Buffalo attempts to control the line of scrimmage, pressure Mahomes, and maintain discipline in coverage. The stakes are high, the challenge immense, but the opportunity for the Bills to make a statement is even greater. The Chiefs' diversified offense, their deep pool of receiving options, and their efficient rushing attack will test every aspect of Buffalo's defense, demanding communication, anticipation, and execution at the highest level. The matchup promises to be a chess match between two highly capable coaching staffs, with Andy Reid and his offensive mind opposing Buffalo's defensive strategists, each move countered, each adjustment critical. Patrick Mahomes remains the focal point, but the Chiefs' offense is more than just him. Wide receivers, tight ends, and running backs each have unique roles, and their combined impact creates a multidimensional threat. With targets spread across 9 primary players and an emphasis on both speed and zone-breaking skills, the Bills' secondary will need to stay disciplined, maintain eye control, and anticipate route combinations while keeping pressure on Mahomes. Meanwhile, the Bills' front 7 must navigate a complex offensive line, balancing pass rush intensity with containment against the run. Adjustments at the line, recognition of pre-snap motions, and exploitation of mismatch opportunities will be essential. The game is set to be a masterclass in tactical football, with every player's role magnified and every execution scrutinized. The storylines leading into this contest extend beyond individual stats and highlight reels. Mahomes' elevated scrambling, his precise short game distribution, and the Chiefs' ability to control tempo and limit turnovers combine to create an offensive juggernaut that the Bills must counter with discipline, focus, and high-level preparation. At the same time, Buffalo's defense has opportunities to exploit personnel mismatches and leverage speed and versatility to challenge Kansas City at multiple points of attack. Success will require flawless execution across all 3 levels: line, linebacker, and secondary, along with intelligent play calling and timely adjustments in response to Mahomes' on-field improvisation. This matchup is more than a test of skill. It's a demonstration of preparation, adaptation, and resilience. The Bills' defense will need to balance aggression with containment, communication with anticipation, and pressure with coverage discipline. The Chiefs, meanwhile, will rely on Mahomes' vision, his connection with multiple receiving threats, and the efficiency of their rushing attack to maintain offensive momentum. Each series will carry significant weight, and small errors could tip the balance. Buffalo's ability to disrupt timing, capitalize on opportunities, and force adjustment from Kansas City could turn the tide in what promises to be a thrilling, high-stakes encounter between two of the NFL's most dynamic teams. As we shift our focus to the intricacies of the Chiefs' defense and what the Bills can do offensively, it's important to recognize that Kansas City is not a one-dimensional team. Under defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo, the Chiefs have consistently fielded some of the most disciplined and strategically sound units in the league. Spagnuolo, at 65, brings decades of experience as both a coordinator and head coach, crafting defenses that have challenged elite quarterbacks in the past, including performances that gave Tom Brady and other top-tier signal callers fits in critical games. This season, the Chiefs are giving up just 16 points per game, ranking second in the NFL, and while they're slightly less dominant against the run, their efficiency in pass defense is remarkable. Their EPA metrics place them fifth in the league per play and second per pass, highlighting their ability to disrupt opposing passing attacks and limit explosive plays. This defensive stability will test the Bills' offensive creativity, requiring them to be precise, balanced, and adaptive at every snap. Buffalo's offense will need to focus on controlling the clock, establishing rhythm, and exploiting any mismatches in Kansas City secondary. Josh Allen, with his unique combination of size, arm strength, and mobility, remains the centerpiece of the Bills' attack. His ability to extend plays, pick apart zone coverage, and connect with multiple receiving targets will be crucial against a Chiefs defense that is built to anticipate and disrupt timing. Allen's chemistry with his receivers, particularly those who excel in creating separation and finding soft spots in coverage, will need to be leveraged to move the chains consistently. The Bills' offensive line will play a critical role in this effort, tasked with giving Allen enough time to read the defense while also opening lanes for the running game. Controlling the line of scrimmage will be paramount, as it will dictate the pace of the game and allow Buffalo to manage the clock effectively, keeping Mahomes and the Chiefs' offense off the field as much as possible. The running game will serve as both a stabilizer and a weapon for the Bills, complementing Allen's passing prowess. Establishing a strong ground attack will force the Chiefs' linebackers and safeties to respect multiple threats simultaneously, opening opportunities for play-action passes and deep shots downfield. Consistency in the running game will also help mitigate the Chiefs' pass rush, which has been effective at reducing quarterback completion rates when pressure is applied. The Bills' backs will need to hit holes decisively, maintain ball security, and contribute in both rushing and pass protection duties, ensuring that Allen has the time and space necessary to make high-percentage throws and extend plays when necessary. Every decision, every cut, and every block will have a ripple effect, influencing the timing and effectiveness of Buffalo's entire offensive unit. Before we dive back in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest Buffalo Bills updates straight to your screen. And hey, don't hold back. Let us know your thoughts on today's news down in the comments. Whispers have begun swirling around Orchard Park, and if the latest rumors are anything to go by, the Buffalo Bills locker room might be more divided than fans realize. Sources claim that linebacker Matt Milano, one of the team's vocal leaders, recently dropped a bombshell. No one on the roster wants him back with the Bills. While Milano didn't name names, the statement has set off a frenzy across social media, sports talk radio, and the corridors of the NFL world. For years, Buffalo fans have speculated about player dynamics behind the scenes, but rarely has a star of Milano's caliber hinted at internal discord so publicly or so pointedly. Insiders suggest that the remark could be tied to a former teammate whose tenure in Buffalo ended on a sour note. While the player in question enjoyed flashes of brilliance on the field, reports indicate that clashes with coaching staff and locker room tensions may have contributed to the lack of desire for a reunion. The timing of Milano's statement adds fuel to the speculation. With the offseason approaching and the draft looming, teams are already positioning themselves to make bold moves. Could Buffalo be considering a clean slate, or is this simply Milano letting off steam in the wake of a tumultuous season? Fans and analysts alike are now dissecting every tweet, every interview, and every team meeting for clues. Veteran observers warn, however, that locker room politics can be fluid. Today's rumors could easily be tomorrow's non-story, especially if the team decides a high-profile return would benefit them on the field. Still, the mere suggestion that the current roster is united in opposition to a potential comeback is bound to create chatter far beyond New York. Rival teams are already reportedly circling, eager to see if Buffalo's rumored internal tensions could be exploited. Whether this marks the start of a real shakeup or simply a momentary flare of emotion, one thing is certain. The Bills' offseason just got a lot more interesting. Fans will be watching closely, waiting to see if Milano's statement triggers a chain reaction, or if the story remains a tantalizing, unsolved rumor in the NFL's ever-buzzing rumor mill. That's a wrap for now. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay on top of all things Buffalo Bills, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. We'd love to hear what you think in the comments. See you in the next update.